And so I was at the plant pod of the spaceship, and I was like, wow, look at all the trees on this ship. And then I guess the captain overheard me because she was like, trees on this ship, trees. And things just went downhill from there. Oh, hi, sorry about that. I didn't realize before I made that fake phone call that I was already videotaping myself for this episode of Daisybrain Video here on Daisybrain Video. And I sure hope I remembered to edit that part out. We're going to talk a little bit about this week's exciting headlines in this episode. For example, Austin was named to the Secretary of Defense. Austin is historically the very first city to be confirmed by the Senate as Defense Secretary. In other canoes, President Biden was, the minute he was sworn in as president, first-year Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced articles of impeachment against Biden, presumably for not stopping President Trump from inciting a riot. And speaking of people in government trying to destroy government, when somebody in the highest echelons of power in government attempts a coup, it is actually quite poetic. It is called a haiku. In other new news, there have been no species discovered in the last couple of weeks with the word death or murder in their name. And we have discovered that Twitter had the power to rid us of President Trump all along. And if you're having trouble making sense of our changing world, don't worry, there is continuity, because ABC News reported that a naked Florida man stole and crashed a police car this week. There have been a spate, I tell you, of articles circulating online claiming that the cigar-shaped object that passed near our solar system, near Earth in our solar system in 2017, which was called Oumuamua, was an alien space probe, but it was actually not a spacecraft. It has been revealed to me that the object was an oiwi, which is it was used to clean the buttholes of the blork frog by the Papua, a species whose only function is to clean the enormous buttholes of blork frog, and it was ejected from their world because it was gross. That took us a long time to get through that joke. It was a really big took-us, but that's all right. And in lingering Trump news, the ex's entire legal team has quit right before his impeachment trial. They didn't give a reason officially, but I suspect they might have been poached by the Myanmar military for their more successful coup. And if you're wondering how the richest country in the world is doing on the pandemic, I had to get my latest COVID test. I tried to schedule it through my doctor, and I had to wait a week for an appointment. And then, of course, there's a wait of another several days before you get the results. Having to wait a week for COVID test results is like getting a pregnancy test and having to wait 9 months for the results. And finally, in this very brief episode of Daisybrain Video, here are some painful truths from some of our childhoods. Stretch Armstrong was in agony the whole time. Mattel introduced a Barbie, the least successful Barbie of all time, turns out was Klaus Barbie. When shipwrecked, Captain Crunch was eaten by his own crew. When 6G is introduced, conspiracy theorists will demand to stick with 5G. And finally, trees don't like you. Thank you for watching this episode of Daisybrain Video. I hope that you made it through. I'll see you next time that I happen to make a video. Till then, keep doing what you're doing and don't do that which you are not doing. Thank you. Bye.